welcome back to another vlog. I am so happy to just be saying that and to be doing this because this is probably the most normal thing for my old life that I could be doing right now, and it's truly refreshing. Hi, if you guys missed it, I had put up a video earlier this week. I think this week, time is like kind of a blur, about my postpartum heart failure. Very bizarre, very random, still processing. Will take me probably forever to process properly, years to heal mentally and physically, but your love and support on that video and for me and for my family has been tremendous, and I just wanted to say thank you. I am compelled to turn on the camera and again find some normalcy in my life as things have become so different so quickly. Not only am I a mom to a newborn who you won't be seeing on camera. I made a whole video about why you won't be seeing her on camera. It was like a story time from quite some time ago, but I'll try to link it above. But you'll probably hear her crying on camera. She's just falling asleep now. She's been pretty good at falling asleep on her own. Hi, bud. Oh, right on cue, right on cue. There you go. Be right back. She seriously has great comedic timing. Every time we like set her up and we're like, she's the best at this, then she does the thing that we'd be claiming that she doesn't do. Really, she obviously comes from a comedian and a writer. So anyways, yes, so I'm a mom to a newborn. Our Annie girl is almost 3 weeks old, and that is crazy because one, it feels like a lifetime since this all went down. When I think back to when I had my C-section, it was like a failed induction turned C-section. When I think back to that, that feels literally like a lifetime ago. And then when I think back to being sent back to the hospital for this heart thing, that feels like a decade ago. So the fact that she's only 3 weeks is nuts. I do feel like, and maybe this is a conversation for another day, I do feel like I missed out a lot on at least the first 2 weeks of her life. And so, you know, I'm learning how to let that go, and I'm learning her. I'm learning how to do basic things like diapers and swaddles and feedings, all of which Jeff did the whole time I was in the hospital, and was amazing at it. So I feel a little behind. I feel like I'm finally getting the hang of it. Unfortunately, with this heart thing, by the way, I like hope to not always be talking about this, but it's so on the forefront of my mind, and a lot of you have experienced similar things or found interest in it for one reason or another. And obviously this is my life right now. What I'm finding frustrating already, I know it's only been 1 week. Well, it's been 1 week since I got out of the hospital. So, you know, it's been like 2 weeks since I've been diagnosed with this, is that, the recovery is just going to be long and slow, and I'm one of those like get up and go, go, go people. I tried to move that table, I don't know if you can see it, that table the other day, and if I like moved it, it's like pretty light generally speaking, but I moved it and I felt like I had run a marathon and lifted like an elephant. So, you know, it's a reminder that I'm just unfortunately gonna have to go really slow, and sometimes with Annie, I'm having trouble getting her in and out of the bassinet without like feeling kind of labored breathing. So, you know, each day is a challenge, and I'm trying not to get too depressed about it, but I definitely have ups and downs, and thankfully I have good friends and family helping me through this, and I am looking into some extensive therapy, trauma therapy, and heart failure therapy, and all the therapies, because I need it. Speaking of which, things I need, medication. Never was a medication gal. If you guys have been following my journey, I'm a pretty like all natural gal. I'll do supplements for sure, but I try to like eat organic and like, you know, I to a limit, but I don't try not to drive myself crazy over it, but I definitely am like, was hesitant to even take a Tylenol during my pregnancy. And so the fact that I now have all this medication to take 4 times a day, it's pretty overwhelming to say the least. But again, all in due time, just trying to be patient with myself. So today, I obviously am being mama. We've been up, we're on 4-hour feedings, which is pretty good. They say for newborns, they should get up every 2 to 3 hours, but she's gaining weight like a champ. We are Unfortunately, I'm not able to breastfeed due to all the medication that I'm on. So we are formula feeding her, and I am happy to chat about which formula I chose and why I chose it. I feel really confident with it, and she's doing great on it. Again, fed is better, or fed is best is what they say. I know that there's a stigma against not breastfeeding, and I'm going through that journey too, and that loss of not being able to do that for my baby girl. Although the first week of her life, she did get some. So I feel good about that. At least I was able to give her like my colostrum. But anyways, she is formula fed, and because she's doing so well in terms of gaining weight, we got the okay from our doctor to let her go 4 hours in between feedings. So that's phenomenal for us. I mean, it takes us an hour to do the feeding and then to get her down, and in the nighttime, but we were up at 10, 2, and 6 this morning. Now we're just at our last feeding at 10 again. We're getting into a routine. So besides doing that with baby girl today, I'm going to try to sort of organize my life. I'm slowly picking through stuff. I'm still literally unpacking from the hospital. Again, like there's just not enough time in the day. Hi, bud. And then I'm also headed to my cardiologist which is the heart doctor, for my first post-hospital checkup about a week into my new medication. So fingers crossed we got some good news. They're going to be doing like an ultrasound of my heart. It's called an echogram. An echo. Echo is something short for something long, where they're going to see how the function of my heart is working. So fingers crossed it looks better than it did in the hospital, and we get at least a little bit of glimmer of hope that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, which I know there is. I'm just having a hard time seeing it currently. But again, vlogging at this point in time is like the best thing for me. So thank you for being here. I mean, Annie, you're the best thing for me, and Courtney, and my husband. But you guys are also, so thanks for being here. Just finished. So far, they said I'm looking good. A little bit better than last time, but I'll get the official word soon. Crying. Just always crying. Okay, things in my life might be completely different now, but it's probably no shock to anyone that one thing remains true. I can't finish a vlog in a single day. If you've been around, you know. I don't think there's been a day where I've like vlogged an entire day and that was the video. It's usually over the course of a couple days. So many updates though. It's the next day, kind of late in the afternoon. I just got out of the shower, and you might notice a few things, folks. One, I got to take my monitor off. First of all, getting that thing off was intense. It had been on there for a week, and it was stuck on so tight. It took quite some time, a lot of effort. I'm shocked my whole like skin didn't fall off. But the reason why I got to take it off is yesterday I went to the cardiologist, like I mentioned, and you guys had seen. And by some miracle, my heart function shot up to a regular functioning zone. Basically, it went from 39%, which was not functioning properly, up to 60%. And I think a normal like range heart is, I'm not going to do this justice, it's like 55 to 65%. So I'm like smack in the middle. This is incredible news. This either means the medication is working fantastically, which is probably the case, and or I had some sort of a virus which was keeping my heart down that I'm working through. Whatever the case is, I'll take the good news. He said I could take the monitor off, send it back in to make sure that there's no like weird like it's not doing weird things, and then we'll continue on with this plan. They tweaked a little bit of my medication, and we'll check back in like 3 weeks and see how we're doing. So this is all like miraculous news, although I feel like I don't feel like I'm celebrating yet because it seems too good to be true, one, and two, there's still such a long road ahead of me. Like he was like, this still means like until I see you, like you basically still have to do nothing. And I'm noticing that I'm so tired. Today I wanted to do tummy time. Sorry, this is so close up. Today I wanted to do tummy time for real with Annie, and I'll show you our setup right now. She's sleeping, by the way. She's also sleeping and waiting for more food. I will give you updates on Corny soon, but she overall is doing pretty good with the baby. So here's our tummy time setup. It's the Loverly I think that's what it's called, play mat. And I've been doing tummy time in this bassinet because I can't get down on the ground. But today I was determined to get down on the ground to do tummy time. And it was wonderful. She's very strong, like oddly strong. We're like, wait a second. She's like downward dogging. Not that's an exaggeration, but like she's moving her leggies, like trying to like push herself up, and her head, her neck muscles are already really strong. This is all to say I like got up slowly, but like since then I have been feeling pretty off. So I had to sit down for a long time, and then I took a nap, blah, blah, blah. I feel like I'm complaining, but maybe this is helpful to someone. Basically, my blood pressure is like super duper duper low. It always is super duper low, but this medication makes it even lower. So unfortunately, I just like can't do much in a day, and I'm finding that frustrating. Like when she's down for a nap, I want to do like a million things. I like literally want to rearrange the house. I want to fold all the laundry, all the stuff that I hated doing before, all the chores I want to do. And I just have to pace myself. But I guess the light at the end of the tunnel is that my heart is responding like really well. And so if we continue to stay on this path, hopefully I'll come into a full recovery sooner rather than later. Hard to imagine that and hard to see that, but for now, we're just going day by day. Okay, and more exciting news is this necklace that my mom got me. First of all, she got me these adorable pajamas. Mom, where did you get these? I think Macy's. But this necklace, if you can see, is, oh, hey girl. It's an A with a peridot. It's Annie's gemstone for August. Peridot. It's weird because I feel like I pride myself on being a gemstone queen, and I have never really heard of this one, but it's really quite pretty. It's sort of this like light green, and I love how dainty and sort of delicate this necklace is. I don't know if this is doing justice, but as it turns out, my mom contacted Robin Rose, who is my favorite jeweler of all times and human. I've done a collab with her before, and I met her because she does all the jewelry for The Bachelor or The Bachelorette when there's like a female lead. So Charity is wearing like so much of her jewelry this season. You guys know I've talked about Robin a lot, and I'll try to remember to link her stuff below. But my mom reached out to her, and they got this put together for me. It's just so cute, and I just wanted one of these. I don't know, my mom she knew I wanted it somehow. That's what moms do. They know. They just know. All right, let me get this dog to eat, and then I want to show you a few more things. I got one of the greatest gifts today sent to me from an old friend of mine who I hadn't talked to in a while, but she checks in on me frequently, and she's so very sweet. And she asked for my address, and I was like, you don't need to send anything, it's okay. But sure enough, I got a package from her today, and it made me cry. It is a onesie, and it's this Lisbug's #1 fan. I literally cried. I don't know, it's so special. It's like my world's combining. It's such a trip. Like I think back to when I started making videos here on YouTube, and like who would have thought I'd be here with heart failure and a baby. I'm laughing because sometimes you just have to laugh. Life is so strange, and twists and turns, and processing it. Oh, speaking of processing it, back to the chair that I was in, I feel like during most of my vlogs during my pregnancy. Speaking of processing it, I want to have an honest conversation, and maybe this is the conversation that warrants maybe we'll start doing fold and story time again, because boy, I have a lot of laundry to fold. The problem currently, it's not that I don't want to fold it, I just literally can't lift the laundry basket. So I'll have Jeff lift the laundry basket for me, and then we'll start folding. But I am obviously going through a lot of physical recovery, but with that, I need to go through a lot of mental recovery. I talked a little bit in my last video about sort of experiencing some trauma during the birth, which I've learned a lot of women, most women experience. And so I wanted to process that because I'm obviously experiencing some depression and anxiety over that alone. And then now medical anxiety and processing all this heart stuff on top of just being a new mother. There's a lot of emotions going on, lots of hormones flushing through me, and just lots and lots going on through my brain. And so I I reached out to the social worker at the hospital that I delivered at, and she gave me a million resources that are covered by my insurance and options. And so next week, I am proud of myself to say, and I feel like I should share this, even though maybe it's private to a lot of people, but I'm going to be doing an intensive outpatient therapy. So instead of like going somewhere and staying there, I'm going to be doing outpatient. So I get to do it actually in the comfort of my home via Zoom, which is ideal for my health situation right now, because going to a place 3 times a week, it's 3 times a week, would have been too much. So this is like the perfect scenario for me. It's 3 days a week, 3 hours in those days, and it is a women's group therapy, specifically targeted at mental health for women who are experiencing a form of postpartum. And so as I come to learn about it, the first hour is like a talk therapy, like group therapy, which I've never done group therapy. I'm really like, I ironically don't like talking in groups or talking out loud. I am a pretty private person. Again, ironic, I know. I think that's why I like YouTube, because I am able to express myself, and I know you guys are all out there watching, but like right now I'm just in the comfort of my own home and it feels private, but I don't know, you know what I'm saying? So I have never done group therapy. I hear it's so effective, but I've never done it because I'm always so scared to talk like in public. I always get really nervous, or I surely am going to cry, and like I'm just like uncomfortable in those settings, but I'm going to push myself. And again, I will be doing it from the comfort of my home, so like if I freak out, I can just close the computer. So the first hour is that. I forget what the second hour is. She said it was like second hour is like more like educational, like I don't know if they're like teaching us, I'm not really sure. I'll get back to you on that. And then the third hour is like a form of like meditation or yoga. Obviously, I can't physically do the yoga, but I can like participate in the meditation portion. And that's 3 days a week. The program can go on. I think your insurance covers it for like a month or 2 months. And so I'm going to give it a try. And I guess I'm sharing this because I feel like it's really hard to do things like that, and I want to give you permission, if you've been sort of like thinking about doing a program or going to therapy, or you know, reaching out for help, that like I will report back, but like there's so many options out there, and I was a little overwhelmed. I was like Googling it. I think I was Googling it even from the hospital, but definitely when I got home, and I couldn't figure it out, and everything was so expensive. And then I was like, you know what? I need to just like ask for help to get help, and just simply reaching out and being connected with the social worker at the hospital was like all it took. And immediately she was like, oh, what's your insurance? And then she gave me like I think she gave me like 4 different links to programs and therapists that my insurance covered. So asking for help to get help, I'm giving you permission to do that. And hopefully maybe I'm a role model to somebody out there. I guess that's why I'm sharing all this. Other than it's for my own therapy, it's I'm hoping I'm helping somebody by sharing. So those are the updates, my friends. Oh, if you saw on Instagram, we went for a walk the other day. That was awesome. We haven't done it since because it's so hot, but it felt so good, and I got to like talk to my neighbors, and just getting outside is like a game changer. I need to do it more, but I'm going baby steps, one step at a time. Yeah, that's it. This is my life for now. For now. This is my story now, and I'm happy to be sharing with you guys. So let me know in the comments below if there's anything specific you want to see. I'm like having flashbacks to one person leaving a comment. Remember when I was like vlogging, I guess it was like earlier in the pregnancy, and I was so pissed about this comment because the one comment was like, God, she always says she's going somewhere, but then she never brings us with her. Like, she basically just stays home all the time. And then they just wrote lame. And I was like so pissed off, and I was like, I guess I am lame. Well, guess what? I'm super lame now because I'm not doing much. And yet I feel like I'm doing so much because I have a newborn. So in the comments below, let me know maybe what kind of content you want to see. What are you interested in? Do you want to know like about the baby products we've been using and loving? Are you interested more in this health journey? Do you want to go on a snack journey, a low sodium snack journey? Because I'm on a low sodium diet, which is like the most boring thing ever. Your girl misses salt, your girl misses coffee, and your girl misses a drink. You guys know how much I love my cocktail, and I have not been able to have a cocktail. I didn't have it, obviously, through pregnancy, and then I was like, yes, the time has come, and then this heart thing came. So maybe we can make a mocktail of some sort. Or I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you're interested in seeing. And thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being open with your mind and your hearts and leaving the sweetest comments of all time. I just really appreciate you guys. So, let's do this. I just looked in the viewfinder and I was like, Lisa, why this angle? Why this angle? I mean, at this point, guys, you've seen it all. Thanks for being here. Bye.